Hey Taurus, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Welcome to your timeless tarot and oracle reading today. I apologize that you cannot see my eyes. The light is agitating them because I'm going through some eye issues, but I still wanted to get these messages out to you. So bear with me. We're going to start with our oracle deck, the Mudra deck. And this comes with a hand gesture that you can do if the feeling strikes you. And that represents the prayer as well. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you like all the other Taurus on this channel and cross-watchers alike to pray for you, simply say hi in the comments section. It's one of those positive kumbaya, I love you channels. No negativity gets in. I kick them off the channel if they're mean. No bullies. We got enough out there in the world like that, right? So simply say a comment or leave an emoji. It gives us something that we can focus on, okay? So we start with the message, ooh. What y'all up to? This message, I've never seen this. It's sexuality. We're going with it. Be sensual. So it doesn't have to even be limited to the act. It could be even the vibe, you know, the sensual. And you actually, it looks like you, this is the hand gesture, I believe. You simply grab one. I'm going with it. I was thinking maybe I start this video over again because it's getting awkward, but I know you're smiling. Let's just go with it, you guys. You grab your finger with one hand and your thumb on top, okay? I meet the world with an open heart and open arms. Affection and love flow back to me. This mudra awakens sensuality and sexual energies. Sexuality and sensuality do not disappear with advancing age, for our sexual organs and the respective hormone glands are with us throughout our lifespan just as well, even if you gotta use a little blue pill. Anyway, sensuality has two shades of meaning. On one hand, it means keeping all of your senses on the qui vive. Did I say that right? Being aware of what we touch, smell, taste, hear, and see and feel. On the other hand, it has to do with our sense of being connected with our fellow human beings, with nature, and on a spiritual level with the cosmic forces around us. Open your senses and your heart, Taurus, to all that lives, all that is good, all that is beautiful. This attitude will manifest itself to your surroundings. Your personality will be able to express its attractiveness and desirability. Ha! That's awesome. You guys have been actually getting some amazing readings lately. So if you have not yet, go back and check your last reading too. It was pretty off the chain. So let's jump right into it. What do my Taurus need to know? Watch, you're going to get the Lover's card. Just kidding. What do they need to know at this time? Please make it clear, Spirit. What do my Taurus need to know? So we only take the flyers. If they fly in reverse, that's how we read them. We respect the cards how they lay. And we only take the ones that fly out because it's like a living, breathing conversation, right? Time is this man-made linear concept, and it's not, I don't believe it's really linear. And you know it's not linear. So I like to think that it does not apply when you're seeing this. The fact that you're saying this is all that matters. Ooh. Okay, well, we did get some love cards. This is awesome. It's already a dynamic reading. We're going to unpack these in a moment. I do want to mention, you are the weaver of your own tapestry, right? You have free will, so never give your free will up to tarot. It doesn't hold any power of you. This whole channel is dedicated to empowering you. So if it's not doing that, then, call BS, be kind, but, find the tarot reading that makes you feel good, right? So that being said, Three of Wands, we have you looking out at your future. This is making progress. This is moving forward in your life. That is the general energy of that. We're going to unpack in a moment. I love these cards. Then we have the World. Some of you guys might be literally online dating or even thinking about it. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get a bottle of wine and I'm going to sit there with my friend and we're going to make up some quippy little profile. Whatever it is, this is the World. So this is expansion. This is coming to an end of a cycle in your life in a really wholesome way and positively, in a positive way, starting a brand new cycle, right? The World card talks about travel. You could be dating somebody or talking to people from distances. Maybe they are even different ethnicities or speak a different language than you. So this is you basically looking outside the box, okay? In your life in general. Now it gets a little interesting. We have the King of Swords, who is somebody that can be quite cold and kind of Mean. Honestly, this might be somebody in your past. The Two of Cups upside down suggests that you are out of alignment. Maybe this is a past lover. The King of Swords, whether it's a king or a queen, doesn't matter. It doesn't what gender it is. This is somebody who, when they are on the top of their game, this could be an air sign, but when they're at the top of their game and they're in alignment and they're healthy, they can actually be great for advice. They can be very analytical. They're not super emotional anyway, but this person has a cold streak, and it could be because they're out of sorts within a partnership. The Two of Cups is going out of an alignment, so that could be a breakup or anything. But then we've got this Ace of Cups. This looks like this is a gesture of love. So this suggests, I can't wait to unpack this, but this suggests that there might be an apology coming towards you. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Wands. Look at how fast they're flying through the air. This is wanting action. This is messages coming in. Pay attention to your phone. You might be blasted with text messages from this person. Yeah, this is a turnaround. This is a turnaround. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, this is going to be an extended reading. And if you expand that description box below the video, you'll see the link. It's the price of a cup of coffee. We're going to get into advice and everything after that. I have to remember to tell you that now. It's going to be a great reading regardless. So if you don't like extended readings, don't go. But I just want that invite out there for those of you who like to go deeper into the reading. Okay, Three of Wands. Flipping, we have the Emperor. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, we've got the Eight of Swords. This is Eight of Wands. Okay. Okay. So it looks like you've experienced some heartbreak and you are finally kind of getting to that point of like, you know what? I think I'm getting over the hump finally. I'm starting to be able to build a future. I'm starting to see a future. And you're trying to make it through any kind of constricting thoughts, any kind of self-limiting beliefs. Because this, I think that there's been pain attached to it. Some of you guys, this is triggering old pain. You know what I mean? But you're blasting through. You've got an offer here, a passionate offer, and it seems that it might be the catalyst to break through some self-limiting, my nose is itching, and that's always something to pay attention to because it means I have to, it's a message. It's self-limiting thoughts that are getting an opportunity to be broken. This is almost kind of like some of you guys might even be looking for a geographical cure. Some of you guys might have a job offering or a project or trip or an opportunity basically that allows you to get away from your past, to break free and maybe be somebody new. So then we've got the World card here. This is coming out of conflict. Beautiful card to get upside down. The Five of Wands. You can guess what that is, right? When you get this out, so this is your ticket, right? The World card, expansion, recognizing that is an old chapter and it's finally come to a close. And you've got this bright, beautiful new chapter ahead of you and possibly travel. And it's like kicking you out of an old loop, an old feeling of maybe anxiety, the Nine of Swords, the feeling of confrontation. All this is coming to an end, okay? This is the Death card. That's a great card to get in conjunction with these. That is the anxiety card, the Nine of Swords, overthinking, ruminating on the past. You're coming out of this conflict. I wouldn't be surprised, Taurus, if we get the Six of Swords, because this feels all very preemptive of a very healing, or even after you've done a lot of healing. This is kind of like when life starts get going again, right? Oftentimes when we go through breakups or we go through a lot of turmoil or hardship, we get quiet. Everything gets quiet. We pull ourselves into our shell, right? And we have these winters of the heart, so to speak. And we cry and we need to lick our wounds. We need to recover. But then the next step is we pop our head out of that shell. We look around at the new landscape. We're like, okay, here we go. I'm ready. So that's where I'm catching a lot of my Taurus is like, you're making progress. Kudos. I just want to give you a big old air hug. But then we got this character here. We're going to find out a little bit more about this Ace of Cups. Now, when the aces land in your lap, they are gifts that you don't expect, okay? So in this case, I don't think you expect this from this King of Swords, possibly because there is such an a-hole at some point. So what's this? What do we need to know about this Ace of Cups? And it doesn't have to be limited to romantic love, you guys. I don't like alienating people who are absolutely not in that vibe, because the cups represent all matters of the heart too. So keep that in mind. Oh boy. What's this one? One sec, you guys. What's the devil? Okay. With a Four of Swords. Oh boy, they had a wake-up call, didn't they? They had a wake-up call. Two of Swords. What's this Two of Swords? And flipping in the deck, we had the Emperor again. The Emperor won't come out, but it keeps on flipping in the deck. When I said that, I saw the timer. It was 11:11 when I said the Emperor won't come out. So the thing is with the King of Swords is that they can be a bossy mofo. They are... They can be, when they're upside down, they can be bossy and pushy, manipulative sometimes. Sometimes to be manipulative, you need to have a little bit more heart in the game than a King of Swords in reverse. Like, the King of Swords in reverse can just be so cold. They can be mean. In this case, though, I think they're really seeing that you are the one. And I know this is going to trigger some of you guys. But, you know, remember that you are in charge of your own life. There's a reason that Emperor card won't come out with this person, okay? You are the Emperor. So they see a lot of happiness with you. They see a lot of stability with you. They want a home with you. They possibly want to marry you or stay married to you. But they also see there's a freaking devil there. And this is a loop of behavior. Maybe it's an addiction. You could be dealing with somebody with an addiction. And they are realizing that they have to make a choice here that's very difficult to make. But they realize that on one side of that choice is abundance. There's you. You are there. Guess who rules over this card? The Empress. Taurus, right? So there's a fork in the road here. But this person is very scared. And there's a lot of shadow work that they have to do, right? A lot of uncomfortable stuff they've got to face if they're going to make this choice. But they see that there's a choice and they see that it's on them. And I think that they're going to be telling you that in their own words. Because we got those 8 of Wands that were flying through the air at the bottom of the deck. That is communication. That is possible travel. So here's the thing. 4 of Pentacles, they could have been withholding. They could have been selfish, withholding, breadcrumbing you. And there's this tower moment. And I have a feeling that you might be attached to that tower moment. Now, tower moments in our lives, they're there really to reroute us towards a better life. But they are moments where we lose all control. They're very humbling. They make us feel vulnerable because we can only choose how we react to it. So this happened to this person. And it's all about that lack of reciprocity, of maybe being withholding, not allowing themselves to even receive for a few of them. Maybe some of them have felt like a wall. This is somebody who, when they are not in alignment with themselves, when they're the toxic version of themselves, it feels like they are impenetrable, like they are a wall, they are cold. It's kind of like that saying, God, I don't even feel like I know that person. You know what I mean? And that's all on them, sweets. Like, they got to work through that if they want this. But also, okay, so now we have a classic situation where Taurus, if you're still with me and this is resonating, then you are moving on and you're moving towards something really amazing. And this is like a chapter of your life has completed. And it's the thing with the Death card, it's also a rebirth card. It's making room for new things and you're finally ready for these new things. So I would like to move in succession with this reading and ask, well, what's next and around the corner for you? With respect that you have free will, okay, Taurus? So, and then we're going to go into the extended, but I really want to leave all my Taurus with this. So what's next for Taurus? Make sure that they're right side up. Okay, one more. Oh boy. Getting some repeats here. And clarity on the Queen of Cups. Okay, so Taurus, this is what you see. It's like a stain. They left a stain. And if you're to look at the fibers and look at the discoloration close up on that stain, it's these cards again. It's the withholding, the fighting. This person gave you nothing. Like when we fight, there's rules of war, right? It's like you toss the ball back to them and they toss the ball back to you. But there's got to be kind of a little bit of a give and take. But there is like the refusal to even see your perspective maybe in this situation. And that's where it feels like you're talking to a wall. That's what you see when you look up close at the discoloration of the fibers of this relationship. As you see, you remember the breadcrumbing or the coldness, you remember the arguing, and you are taking that and you are turning it into Queen of Cups energy, but it feels like it's towards yourself, towards your future. This correlates to the sensuality card, the sexuality card, because it's Queen of Cups. She's the queen of the cups. Cups rule over your emotions and your feelings and your creativity and your sensuality. And you're taking that and you're doubling down with your intuition and you're letting it lead. So this is you looking at all the positive things you bring to a relationship, all the magic you have within you that's yours and no mofo can take it away. And you're going out on your own and you're grabbing onto your identity and you're doubling down on your independence. I love it for you. I am going to go to the extended. We're going to get a bigger picture here. If this is where I leave you, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for putting up with the big sunglasses. And please like and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.